So it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning on the 9th. Um, and I've had a little bit of difficulty getting going. When did we talk? We talked about 24 hours ago. Um, I didn't really do anything after that. I just slept for a few hours, but it was only like a few hours. And so then I was like up for a few hours. I finally fell asleep at like 2 or something in the afternoon. And then I got like a good amount of sleep, and then I was up around 8. And I did all the things, but I haven't really been productive today. Today seems to be like it's just going to be kind of a floaty day. Um, I gotta do my show. I'll have to do my show review from last night. I'm going to check up to see what else is going on. I'm skipping 2 shows due to the weather. They were both kind of iffy from the start. You know, if we would have had a really nice week worth of weather, then I probably would have went to all 3. Well, actually all 4. The one on Sunday I would have went to. I did go to the one yesterday because we did get a nice, boost of weather. I would have went to that show anyways. The one I skipped last night was a band called Lemuria, which I probably would have went to if I had been a fan back in the day. It was probably an enjoyable show, but I mean I wasn't a fan back then, and it didn't. It was yucky cold, and it's going to be actual winter tonight, so I'm going to be ducking out on Delicate Steve, which is a bit more of a downer. I'd kind of like to check out Delicate Steve. Actually, you know what? I have not made the choice on Delicate Steve yet. I'm gonna see if I can find some live footage. What I'm thinking is that it's just his work is such a tease, right? So it's in the right neighborhood of what I'd want to listen to. It's just like it's pedestrian. I think that the likelihood of me going is low. It's going to be -10 overnight. The one thing I can say about this bar, at least, is that this bar shuts down before midnight, right? So there's never bands playing past midnight, which gives me enough time to get home. So, like, I don't have to. That's the upside about this particular venue, is that I'm never worried about getting stuck there. Some of the other venues, you never know. But this one, and it seems like this is the one where, things are happening at that I'm going to want to go to. More often than not. It's annoying because it's like a half an hour walk, but I mean, it's not that bad, really. So long as it's relatively nice out. It's the -10-degree weather that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. The flip side of it is, okay, if I don't want to, walk it, I can take the bus, but I don't take the bus. I'm making the assumption that it's not going to be worth it. I should see if I can do a little bit of research. So that's what I'm going to be spending the rest of the day doing, is doing that. I'm also going to be setting up my show review site on my appspot site. It's kind of half there. It's just been dormant forever. I haven't touched it since like the end of 2013, and it has like links to a Facebook page that doesn't exist anymore. The upside is that it will actually be relatively quick once it gets there. It's just doing it. Like everything else, it's just a question of doing it, right? And in fact, I wanted to do this relatively soon anyways, because I want to cycle it back into the reconstruction. And I'm going to be reintegrating. I didn't want to post the show reviews what I'll do is I'll just kind of like toss the links in, kind of thing. So um, that's my I guess I'm taking. I've already, like I say, I've thrown away most of the day already. Um, but I'm going to be taking it aside from the reconstruction to do this kind of walk, um, kind of detour around rebuilding the show review site, and there'll be a link there when it comes up. And that'll be the focus until I get to writing the review from last night. So, what did I actually do today though? Like I watched the debate with Bernie Sanders and Ted Cruz. It was I mean, I'm a very strong advocate of universal health care. I'm 100% on Bernie Sanders' side. It's not even like I'm not persuadable. It's not, you know. It was more to me. It was a question of how well is Bernie doing in kind of spinning people around and making good arguments. Um, and I think he did a relatively good job. You know, this argument you get from the American right that the United States is that universal health care is rationing, as though the way the American system works is that the insurance companies do the rationing. And worse than that, the decisions often come down to your employers. Right? So your boss gets to decide whether you go to surgery or not. That's often the way it works. And so if your boss is a racist or your boss doesn't want it, it's an absurd, and I like the fact that Bernie pointed that out repeatedly. The whole discussion is ridiculous. Like the fact that they're even having this debate is absurd. You know, and I looked up I did some reading on some other PR things for the Canadian Prime Minister and stuff on the refugee. Just it was just a day spent doing reading because I wasn't sure if I was awake, and then when I was awake, well, I mean, truth is I got up, I waited for the heat to come up a little bit, I got something to eat, and then I came, so I mean, I haven't really started the day yet, but the second half of yesterday anyway was just mostly spent reading, and these days are useful to me. Sometimes you just need to stop and read. That is the life of a nerd. Some days you don't want to do anything except get a cup of coffee and read the interwebs. I don't know what page I'm on in the interwebs. It's pretty. I'm a good ways in, a couple hundred chapters in, but I still got a lot of the interwebs to read, and it's funny what the interwebs is. They keep generating, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna get to that. I guess that this vlog is dated to the 8th, so if I do end up seeing Delicate Steve, I'll probably get well, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say. We'll see how this works itself out, but well, you'll see, right? Is this the end of the vlog, or is there more? Da, da, da.